Hello, this is Tom Christiano for the Chelmsford News. I'm at Aunt Margaret's Yarn and Gift Shop in North Chelmsford, right next to the Princeton Station restaurant and next to Mahoney's, right, Judy?
Yes, Mahoney's at Garden Center. Yep.
Great. I'm here with the owner, Judy Breitmeyer, right, Judith?
Yes.
Great. And if you'd like, you could take the mask down a little bit for while we're talking, just so people could understand you better.
My chin strap.
Yeah. And I'm just going to raise this shot up a little bit and move back a little bit to show your hands. So we're here in September of 2020, and as you could probably tell, I have a mask on and Judith would have a mask on because we have a pandemic right now, right, Judith? But first, before we talk about the pandemic, could you tell us a little bit about the origin of this beautiful store
So
or shop?
I bought the shop almost 19 years ago,
Wow.
November 1st. What basically keeps me in business is my knitting and crochet classes. I'm open 7 days a week, morning, afternoon, and evenings. I have a website. I have a Facebook. We do classes morning, afternoon, and evenings.
Wow.
Yep, and yarn is my number one selling thing. As you can see, we have lots and lots
Yes,
of yarn. Yarn, needles, accessories, everything. I also have a gift shop on the other side that we'll show you
nice.
after, and I
Yeah.
bring a lot more in around the holidays. We have a lot of town things, a lot of name dropping, a lot of Chelmsford, Tingsboro, Billerica, Nashua, all different things with different towns and stuff on it.
Nice,
But the
wow.
classes are basically what keeps me in business.
Oh.
I just started them back up after Labor Day.
Oh,
It's been a very tough summer with no classes because of everything else going on, but we're looking upward now. That's the only way we can keep going is up.
So now that you have the classes again, things are going much better, or is it slowly?
It's slowly getting
better?
It's slowly getting. Some people are still nervous to come out to social distance. All the classes, they have to wear masks. And we try to sit apart. I've kind of reinvented the wheel here. I put classes on the gift shop side.
Yeah.
So this side can be a little more open for customers to browse for yarn and so on, patterns. And
Nice.
So I'm just reinventing the wheel and just trying to stay in business and doing the very best I can.
Yeah. And your hours are the same now, or are they shorter than
No,
before?
my hours are the same. I'm open, like I said, the 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I'm open 10 to 8. And then Friday, Saturday, I'm open 10 to 3, Sunday 11 to 2, and Monday 4 to 8.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's busy. And we have classes every day.
And as I mentioned, Judy is the owner of this shop.
Yes.
You're not here all those hours,
I
are
am.
you? Oh, Judy,
I am.
you work so hard.
Yes,
Oh, my
and
God.
I do the store, and I have knitting teachers that teach the knitting and crochet classes.
Nice.
So I man everything here. I do the ordering, the buying, everything. Yeah.
And you're a knitter as well, Judy?
I am.
What kind of things did you...
Yep, I made this and I made this. So my teachers make a lot of, so we make a lot of samples so people can see what they can do.
Those are beautiful.
Yes, and so.
Very intricate, too.
Yeah.
You made those yourself?
I did.
Wow.
I did. And so there's all different hats. There's stuff everywhere. So anytime a new yarn comes in, I try to make one small sample out of it so people can touch it and feel it and see what it's all about.
What do you mean a new yarn comes in?
Like
a new color or something?
Like a lot of times I get brand new yarns in.
Oh.
Each yarn company has a million different yarns. So I just got all new colors in this cotton yarn here for the fall.
Oh,
These
yeah,
are
that
great
looks very
washcloths
fall.
and different things like that. They're great, like little quick gifts to make for holidays and for people. So yeah.
Beautiful. So have you been knitting long, Judy?
Well, I didn't know anything about knitting until when I bought the store 19 years ago. It was more of a gift shop than a yarn store.
Oh.
The yarn store, actually, there was a wall here, and just that little area was yarn. Everything else was gifts. I knew nothing about knitting.
Wow. And you were able to make these afterwards?
19 years later.
That's amazing, because I could see how difficult these are.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, in the beginning, I was going to get rid of the yarn, and, because I didn't know anything about it. And we only had a few classes at the time. And the previous owner, whose name is Margaret, that's where
I was going to ask you,
That's where Aunt Margaret's came from. She basically said, do not get rid of the yarn. And I didn't. And then I learned, I had a couple of people, the teachers just taught me, and I just learned and learned and learned, and now I can do it.
I'll say you could do it very well. Wow.
Yeah, well, thank you.
And I heard sometimes yarns sell very well too,
Yep.
don't they? Nice.
Oh yeah, yarns, and the sad thing is it's far and few in between of yarn shops now. Because,
yeah.
you know, it's hard. Any small business is very hard right now.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm fortunate, very fortunate that I'm still here.
Yeah.
I have really, really loyal customers,
Yeah.
which is fabulous.
Oh,
I
and for
tell
the
everybody-
classes too,
the
and everything,
classes
loyal
and
customers?
The customers, yeah.
And they probably like to socialize, right?
Oh yes, yeah. Oh, the classes, they all socialize. They all have,
Nice.
you know. Everybody has a debate on something.
Nice.
But I've owned the store for 19 years. I've had some of the same people coming to classes for 17 and 18 years.
Wow,
It
that's
just
fantastic.
becomes a social thing, and there's always something to learn. You know,
Yes.
you can always learn something new. So
That's fantastic.
it's great. I've had great friendships with it's just we've been very fortunate.
Yes.
So we just keep our fingers crossed we can continue on.
Yes, and let's keep our fingers crossed about this pandemic, right, Judy?
Exactly.
Because if hopefully by next year or in a few 6 months or something, we'll get back to normal, right after the vaccine comes out.
Right. That's all I can hope for because my classes aren't back 100%.
Oh.
Some people still aren't comfortable.
Yes.
Come in and sit, and it's understandable. But
Yeah.
you know, we wash down everything right after the classes.
Oh.
I have wipes everywhere. We clean everything, and we clean everything for the next people to come in. So,
That's nice.
yeah. It just, it's just been so hard. It's been
Yes.
on any small business.
Yes.
You know, not just me, any small business.
So anybody who comes in would have to wear a mask, right?
Yes,
I
yes.
assume?
For the
And all-
classes and customers. Yes.
Classes and
Yep.
customers?
Yeah.
And any other changes because of the pandemic, other than the mask wearing and you wipe down
And we're
everything?
wiping everything down. And my classes are smaller.
And the classes
so
are smaller,
I've
yeah.
had to cut my classes because of the social distancing, which cuts into the income of making the money in the classes. So.
Yes.
But, like I said, I've tried to reinvent the wheel here a little bit, and I changed a lot of stuff down the gift shop end, so people really feel like they can spread out. And it works nicer for everybody. And I have
Nice.
doors, so I try. None of my windows really open because this is such an old building. But I have the doors so we can get ventilation through. And
Nice. And I assume you lease the building, right? Do you own
I
it?
rent it off Mahoney.
Oh, rent it?
Yep.
Oh, Mahoney owns the building.
Mahoney's
I see.
owns the building,
Nice.
yeah. When I
How-
first bought it, Cal Lawton owned it.
Oh.
And now Mahoney's owns it.
It used to be Lawton's nursery,
Yep.
was it many years ago?
Many years ago, it was Lawton's, yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I've been here a long time,
Yes,
too, in
it was
town.
Lawton's. It was Lawton's, I think, for over 60 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
Yeah. So, but now it's Mahoney's, and they're fabulous. So, I just rent off them, and I have no problems.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, what we're going to do next, if you like, Judith, we'll take a tour
Okay.
of your facility. And so we'll end this little interview now, and then we'll do the tour separately, okay?
Okay, sure. We carry a little bit of everything. My number one selling thing is yarns, and we have all the different accessories. We have all different circular needle sets. We have patterns. We have flexi flips. We have all the cases, and we have yarn galore. If you just want to
Oh,
do
scan?
a
Yeah.
scan of the whole. This is
Look
the
at all this
deal.
yarn over there. We're starting over here.
Yeah, so we have chunky, worsted, DK, fingering, sock.
Are those all brands?
Yes, those are all
Oh.
different, yep. And then we carry Plymouth yarn, Cascade, Serta, Morocco, Malabrigo, and
Wow.
lots of other ones in between.
Oh, my God. Look at all this yarn, too, and all these different brands,
So
huh?
that's all the DK weight, so that's considered like the baby yarn.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's a lighter weight?
Yep, it's a lighter weight.
And you
yep.
brought some of these in
And
for the
this is all
fall?
the cotton, which it sells very good for face cloths, little hats, little kid dresses.
Oh, and Judy told me she made these.
I did.
Well, one's a
That's
sweater,
called
right?
It's called the night shift and the shift.
They're
very,
amazing.
they're very popular.
intricate work that Judy did here.
Thank you.
So she's I would say, a master crocheter.
I don't know about that, but
So that's look at all these yarns. So if you're ever interested in yarn, stop over here at Aunt Margaret's in North
Margaret's,
Chelmsford,
yeah.
on what, Princeton Street, right?
165 Princeton Street.
165 Princeton Street.
Yeah.
And we have more
And this,
yarns.
and this is more of like a fashion type yarn. It's
Oh.
that's a cotton. It's gorgeous to work with.
Is it Italian or something? Well, it says Medina. I was
It says
thinking
Medina.
of
That's the name
Italian.
from
Oh, I see.
Morocco. Yes.
And there's another sample
Yeah,
of a...
that's a sample I just made up. That's brand new
Oh.
yarn that just came in. It has the sparkles in it. And
Oh, nice.
We like that for the holidays.
Yes, with the sparkles in it.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's another. Did you crochet
I
this one?
actually didn't make that one. That
Yeah.
one was sent by the company. When you buy
Oh.
a certain amount of yarn, sometimes they'll send
Oh.
you a sample.
Nice.
So I didn't make. I can't take credit for that one.
Oh, and you have more?
This is all sock yarn. This is the sock yarn department. So I kind of keep everything in like different little compartments and areas, and
I wonder why sock yarn is different than sweater yarn.
because it's much thinner.
Oh,
much,
I see.
Much
Yeah.
thinner. It's
It would
called
have to
finger-
be very thin. I
Very
see.
thin, yeah. And this is all the Malabrigo, which is very, very popular. Malabrigo is a great brand.
Oh.
So we have from worsted to chunky to super chunky to DK
Oh, I see
weight.
what you mean. I see the
Yep,
different
yep.
thicknesses of
It's
it.
all different thick. Yep.
Wow, and there's a sign with it.
Yeah.
Malabrigo yarns.
And that's telling you what we have with the prices on it.
Nice. Well, if anybody's in the market for yarns, this is the place to
The
come
place
to, right,
come.
Judy?
We have a little.
Oh.
We really have a little bit of everything.
Wow,
We really
beautiful.
do. Yeah.
And then you have your desk over here. What?
So this is the desk, and who knew that masks would be my number one selling thing at the moment?
Oh,
We
I
have
see.
lots
Yeah, let
of
me.
masks.
I'll get some close-ups of these.
Okay. This
So
has
you
been
have.
very popular. It's the hat and the mask to match with the 4 teams on it.
So I see. Oh, the Patriots, the Red Sox, the Bruins,
The
right?
Bruins and the Celtics.
And the Celtics.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4 teams. I've never
Yeah.
seen that before. 4 teams all together in this insignia here.
Yeah. And then they have
And
the
so you have the
masks.
masks there, too, and the masks are $20 each. Do I
These
see?
masks are $20 each.
Oh, I
yeah.
see.
All these other ones are $6.95.
Oh, $6.95 for these other ones.
And
wow.
my teachers have made some Halloween ones.
Oh, nice.
So we have
nice.
some cute Halloween ones, but the basic ones are $6.95.
$6.95. Great for the basic ones. It's
Yeah.
just this Boston team one,
Yeah,
which is
only because it has the teams on it.
it's more.
And then we have a big variety of kids masks. These
Oh,
are all
look at-
kids masks.
Oh, nice. The smaller
The
size.
smaller size, and they have
And some designs that
Yep.
children might like. Oh, and
Yep.
they could move the ear.
Yep.
Sizes
that
there.
that
It's-
works
it
good.
moves.
So it's adjustable for them.
Beautiful.
And then for the kids, we have some of like the little team ones too.
Oh, nice.
The baseball,
nice.
the basketball,
Yes.
football. Those are the ones for the kids also.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And what are these here? Little bottles?
These are hand sanitizers
Oh.
that match the masks. So,
Oh, wow.
so, I mean, if you want to really be in style, you can do the mask and the hand sanitizer all together.
See, like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mask and the hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Wow. So that's a new product, too,
It
I
is,
guess,
that's a
in
new
the past
product.
year, I
Yes.
guess. Oh,
Past couple months, actually.
wow. And then you have some nice pumpkins
Yeah.
here.
I have a little bit of all the holidays.
Oh, nice. Beautiful. Well, should we take a look
Yeah.
down here?
And
Down the
over here is where I have a lot of the town different glasses and stuff.
Oh.
So this is Chelmsford. Oh, that one's Westford, but we have.
Oh, yeah.
I have all the different towns.
Towns, and this one's Westford, but she
Yeah.
has
I
Chelmsford
have
and
Chelmsford
Billerica,
and Billerica,
other towns.
Tewksbury, Drake, Lowell.
Well, oh, and all of these are the some
Yeah.
town,
So they're all
and they
town.
come with, what's this,
Well,
a
these
napkin?
No, these are separate. These are like little dish
Oh,
towels.
oh, little dish
and they
towels
have
with the town's
funny-
name on it?
They have the funniest
Oh, no.
sayings on them.
Oh, but not town sayings. Yeah,
So-
just funny
some
sayings.
of them you might not put on TV.
Yeah, oh, okay, yeah. Nice.
have, yeah.
Oh, and you have little coasters here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh, and mugs, some mugs over here.
Yeah.
Here's a Patriots mug. More glasses.
So it's a lot of little gifts. It's
And
great.
look
Great. Yeah, and yep. And
The
we have
wine-
The wine stop.
Wine
Yep, we
stopper
have the
probably
top.
has them with Chelmsford on
We
it,
do.
Westford. Oh, and a little Christmas tree here.
So that's my seasonal tree. So I put the orange lights on it for Halloween.
Oh, for Halloween, nice.
So I kind of switch it around.
Nice. And over here you can see the class area.
This is where I changed the whole area and I put the classes down this way. So
Yeah.
we can definitely social distance. So
Beautiful,
some of the
yes.
classes might have 8 people in it.
Yeah.
So we do 4 on this table and 4 on that table.
Yeah, so plenty of social
We have plenty of
distancing.
social distancing, yeah.
And all kinds of gift items,
kinds of
things
gifts down this end.
over here.
Yep.
More hats and
This is basically the gift shop.
oh, I say the gift shop part with the Christmas ornaments
Yeah.
here, candles. Oh, here's entering Tingsboro, Billerica, Nashua, Westford. And Chelmsford, I imagine you have as well, of course. And more of the mugs, like Westford mugs, probably Chelmsford is here somewhere
I'm
too.
out of some of the Chelmsford things right
Yeah.
now, which I have to get in, but those ornaments are great.
Yeah, look at this one, Home Sweet Home in Chelmsford.
Yep.
People should pick that up for Christmas this year.
Absolutely.
And yeah, all kinds of Chelmsford things you can get in Westford and other towns. Great. Oh, and there's a Halloween thing. Halloween's coming up
It is.
next month. Chelmsford, Massachusetts. Here's a sign right here in this little display area, right,
Yeah.
Judy? Beautiful. Oh, what are these things? These
Those
little...
are just little decorative houses.
Oh.
And they have different little sayings on it, so you can keep them out year round, or some of them with the holidays on it.
Oh, I see,
And there's
yes.
little Christmas trees. It's just decorations for the holidays.
Nice.
But they're pretty.
There's no place like home. And then people sometimes put their photos under that, right?
Yes, they do. Yep.
Oh,
I have to fix that. It's crooked.
nice. Is that an original painting?
No, it's
Oh, I
not
see.
an original.
It's very nice, though.
Yes. That's kind of like my beachy area.
Oh, I see. Yeah, and there's a nice...
I try to do different areas and different things.
Very nice, Judith. Oh, and you have a lot of cards here, too.
Yeah.
If people are interested in particular types of cards, you come here and talk to Judith.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And here again is where she conducts the classes with their
Right.
teachers come in, different teachers, right?
Yes, I have 4 different teachers.
Beautiful.
Yeah, knitting and crochet, so they all have different hours. But like I said, I'm open 7 days a week with the knitting and crochet classes.
Wow, you work so hard, Judy.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it.
Well, when it's yours, you do.
Yes. And do you like owning the business, Judy?
I do. I've always loved it. It's just this has been very tough since
Yes.
March. But other than that, I've always loved owning my own business.
So you've been owning for 19 years now, right?
19
You've owned this business.
Yes.
So hopefully if we get through the pandemic, you
Yeah.
get into next year and things get back to normal, you'll be much happier and much more successful probably, right? When we get back.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us, Judy.
Okay.
Best of luck.
Thank you so much,
With
Tom,
that-
for coming in.
My pleasure, Judy. Thank
It
you.
was nice meeting you.
Hello, this is Tom Christiano from the Chelmsford News, and I'm at Dr. Michael Sargent's office, and he's here with his wife, Joanne Sargent, here in late September of 2020 during the pandemic, which is why they have their masks on. And first I'm going to talk to Dr. Sargent about his facility here and what's going on during the pandemic. And then afterwards, in a separate video, we'll do a little tour of your facility, right, Dr. Sargent?
Absolutely.
And just to let people at home know who may not know, we just did a nice video and a video tour with Joanne Sargent, who has a beautiful business, Begin With Skin. And I just noticed it's on your face mask, right, Joanne?
That's right.
Great. So Joanne, and they have this beautiful tropical fish, what do you call it? Fish tank here with these beautiful, colorful fish. And you've had this for a long time, right? The fish
yeah.
there and everything?
It's very relaxing.
Very. And would you like to take the mask down so people could hear you better, And Joanne? And Joanne, you're welcome. How long do you have? You could
Sure.
just stay as long as you like or whatever. So, Dr. Sargent, first could you tell us, how long have you had the facility here, Dr. Sargent?
Geez, it's probably 30 years in this location. I think it's 37 years total that I've had the office.
You don't look that old, Dr.
I
Sargent.
am.
Oh my, 37 years you've been a dentist?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I had
37 years we've been married.
So you got married when you became a dentist, it sounds like. Oh my God, that's fantastic. And you have a nice, beautiful home in Westford, I know, which is very nice. And you both have successful businesses or medical facilities here in town,
We try.
which is fantastic. Oh my God. So could you tell us a little bit about your medical dental office here, Dr. Sargent?
Well, as in, give me an idea what you'd like to know.
Well, you said how long you've been open. Right? Oh, you redid this facility. How many years ago was that?
This building was redone 30 years ago.
30
It
years?
was 30 years ago.
Already? Wow. Time flew by because
We were across the street in the Boyd building for the first 7 years.
Oh, I see. And I remember what it was like before. So you did a tremendous service to the town by making this building beautiful again.
Came out nice.
because it was quite run down. I took pictures of it when it was run down, they used to have an antique store with old stuff in there, old kind of junk or whatever. I don't know.
There's a lot of
But
stuff in there.
in fact, you did such a great job redoing this that you won the Guardian Award. Shall we scan to this award that you won from the Chelmsford Historical Society? When was this, Dr. Sargent? Do you know?
Yeah, that was in 2001.
2001, Dr. Sargent won the Guardian Award from the Chelmsford Historical Society. And the Guardian Award is presented to a person or business here in Chelmsford that does a lot to guard what the sires have won, to guard the history of the town of Chelmsford. So that's a wonderful thing, Dr. Sargent.
It was nice. A good picture of Bernie Reddy in there too.
Yes, yeah, I see Bernie when he was the president at that time, because I'm still on the board, Dr. Sargent.
Yeah.
And hopefully next year we could have a farm fair again in September. And our annual dinner, you've been coming to our annual dinners every May of every year. This year we couldn't have it because of the pandemic. In fact, that's why you and Joanne had the masks on earlier. We're taping this in September of 2020. So, Doctor, could you tell us the changes that have been instituted because of the pandemic here in your office?
Well, it makes it tough for everybody because there are restrictions that they put into effect, and I understand why they do all of that to protect the people, the patients that are coming in. But it's hard. You used to be able to just walk up to the door, come in, and be taken care of. Now you have to do things like call from the parking lot on your cell phone. When you call from the parking lot on your cell phone, then somebody at the front desk will answer. They'll ask you a bunch of questions, and then they'll figure out, all right, is this someone who really can come into the building or should be in the building? And they'll go and they'll let them in, but before they come in, they have to ask them a whole list of questions. Are you healthy? When was the last time you were sick? There's a lot of
And do they
questions.
take
What are
the
some of the others?
temperature as
The
well?
temperature when
Doctor?
you're coming in. You can't come in if you have a temperature above 98.
It's the CDC changes it, but I believe anything over 100.4, they are not coming through the building. So
Oh, yeah, no.
we, the alcove behind you is where they're greeted by the respective dental professional. Their temperatures checked, they use the hand sanitizer. The COVID questions are asked in the alcove before they enter the main building.
Yeah.
And then they are escorted into their room where their dentist or their hygienist is waiting for them.
Wonderful. And I imagine after each patient, it's cleaned or sanitized, however you do that. So it's been quite a pain, right, for everybody in Chelmsford in the world, right?
It's a pain, but when you look at what happens if you don't do these things,
Yes.
it's worthwhile to do it. We complain about it once in a while, but it's for a good reason.
Yes.
You want to keep people healthy.
And I'll say too, Tom, that one of the things that we did when we reopened back in June when we were allowed to, is we had a really good staff meeting. And one of the things that we took away with the staff was the fact that ever since they got out of school, whether they were a hygienist, an assistant, or a dentist, their world has been all about bloodborne pathogens, respiratory pathogens. So if there's any industry that gets this, it's certainly the dental industry. And so the staff, while a little bit difficult to have to wear additional personal protective equipment, we do it for their safety as well as our patients. But they're okay with it because they understand it's necessary.
Yes, it's a strange times we're living in, right? Throughout the world, the pandemic's going on, but the United States has been hit particularly hard for various reasons. We have about 4% of the population and about 25% of the deaths from COVID-19 in this country, the United States of America. So it's good that we're taking all these precautions, as you said. And Dr. Sargent, when you were closed down, I think you were telling me that you came in anyway, right? To be here in case there was an emergency, is that right?
During those times, not many people were going to work. Not many employees were coming into work because they didn't know if we were going to have anyone to work on. And there was still, the phone was ringing off the hook with emergencies. Everyone was gone, so I figured, all right, I'll come in, I'll answer the phone, I'll check the phone call and the messages. I'll work on some people if they come in, and it worked out good because I got those emergencies off the plate.
Yes.
And we were able to bring in an assistant if we had a lot of people that were coming in. For a while there were quite a few that were coming in, so we'd have to call in some of the assistants and the hygienists, and they would help me out. And at the end of the day, I'd sit there and fall asleep in the chair. Because it was a long day. When you're working by yourself for a long time during the day.
It is.
Especially doing this kind of stuff, too. You're one-on-one with someone. It's they don't want to be sick. You don't want to be sick.
Yes.
It was tough. But everyone survived.
And you know, Tom, I'd like to say something interesting too. So everyone's heard about telemedicine, which has become quite popular now because patients are not going into doctor's offices.
Yes.
And we had to turn into a teledentistry model as well because, again, patients would call, and if it was after hours, I would take the phone calls, and I would say to the patient, could you please, here's my cell number, send me a picture of your broken tooth. And that gave us some idea of the severity of the dental crisis, if you will, and he would need to call in a staff member to help him out. We had lots of people falling off their bikes. I know you're an avid bike rider.
Yeah.
We had a lot of bike injuries, outdoor injuries, trampoline injuries, so it was very difficult, but teledentistry was very helpful for us.
Yes. It sounds wonderful, and too bad that these people got injured, some of them, and that's very unfortunate. But you know what's good? That you were here for your patients, both of you. Whenever your clients needed you, you were here for them. And I'm one of your clients as well. And I know you've done a lot of work for me over the years, right, Dr. Sargent?
Yes, I have.
You practically remade, my whole dental structure with implants and everything, right, Doctor? And so I hope you never retire, Dr. Sargent. I won't ask you that, but please stay here until the end for me. But but anyway,
it's got a long way to go, Tom.
Well, I hope so. I'm up to 2,300 miles so far this year, so I'm going to hit my 2,600. It looks like pretty easily, I think. And then it's yard work and housework. That's what my plan is, to catch up on that. Oh, I'm still painting almost every day. Yes. So that's great. So is there anything else we should say before we do a little tour of your office facility?
Again, just to recap that, of course, most patients, when we reopened, were amazing. I think patients recognized the importance of dental health and wanted to come in, and we have had very few cancellations. And what's interesting, Tom, is let's just say someone does cancel. In the old days, we would call Tom Christiano and he would say, oh, I can't come in, Joanne, at 2 o'clock because I'm at work. Now you can say, you know what, I'm working from home and I think I can sneak out for about a 45-minute appointment. So we're able to fill our schedule quite easily, but I think patients recognize the importance of good dental health and the inflammation that occurs when you don't have good health for heart disease and things like that have made people really make this as important to them as it would be to go to their doctor for their annual physical.
Oh yes, it's very important. I appreciate all the work that Dr. Sargent did for me over the years, and I'm able to eat everything that I want, even though, now I have the implants are just like regular teeth, but more expensive because you're born with your regular teeth, but it's well worth it.
Well, look, you're a good-looking guy now.
Oh yeah, well, we might be exaggerating a little bit there, but thank you. Well, Dr. Sargent, Joanne Sargent, should we do the quick tour of your facility now?
Whatever you want.
Thank you.